That of the unconfirmed report of an unprecedented chemical attack near Damascus in Syria. The UK is demanding the issues immediately taken to the UN Security Council, while the Arab League says the incident should be investigated at once. And let's now talk more about this with reporter and international affairs analyst Patrick Henningsen. Patrick, welcome to RT. Good to have you with us. All we have now, unconfirmed reports, but media sources quote Syrian rebels, and they put the number of killed to more than 1,000 now. Do you think they are a reliable source? And if it is confirmed the attack had taken place, do you think that the Syrian army could have carried out it?
Yeah, this is a very strange situation we find ourselves in here, where the Washington and London are putting the burden of proof on the Assad government in Damascus, when in fact the burden of proof should be on the accusers of this particular event. There's no evidence to suggest exactly what happened. We only have reports from, like you said, opposition activists in Damascus, so we don't know what happened and we don't know how it happened. And until you discern those two things, it's going to be very difficult to jump to conclusions. Anything to this point is speculation. Indeed,
but would the Assad government resort to such an attack knowing the UN investigators are in the country right now?
Well, it's funny. The Reuters report came out saying, obviously, that they cannot confirm independently these events. And Jane's International also reported to Reuters that it doesn't make any sense for the Syrian government to deploy a chemical weapon only miles away from the very hotel that the UN weapons inspectors have booked into only a few days ago. So they see this as a distraction. And of course, if we look at the history of this particular region, the Ghouta region where the attack is said to take place is very active with the al-Nusra front. And they've also been implicated in using makeshift chlorine bombs in Aleppo back in March. So there's a track record there. The evidence, unfortunately, does not stack up with these present claims of the Syrian government perpetrating these attacks.
Yeah, but it's still clear why fingers are being pointed at the government, at the Syrian government, because this is the government which has chemical weapons, don't they?
Yes, well, again, this is all, to this point, innuendo. This is why the UN team is in Damascus to investigate these claims. Unfortunately, Washington and London and Paris drew a red line last year in 2012 that said if any side deploys chemical weapons, then that will be the pretext for a military intervention, either by NATO or some sort of coalition force backed by a UN resolution. And of course, who benefits from a chemical attack in Syria? Well, the opposition benefits. It's quite obvious. The Syrian government does not benefit. The opposition benefits because this will be the key to unlock the airstrikes and bombing campaign over Syria a la Libya. The opposition would like a Libyan-style coalition with NATO in order to force the regime out of power in Damascus. So they clearly benefit from any reports of a chemical attack in Syria.
And Al Arabiya puts the number of killed at more than 600, while other mainstream media talk about just dozens of victims. Why is there such a difference?
Well, I believe you have to also consider the source. I believe Al Arabiya has certain affiliations with certain Gulf states who might also have an interest in this particular conflict already. So you might see more exaggerated reports on certain sides. But again, there's no independent verification. This is simply anecdotal and innuendo to this point. So we can't, you know, it's pure speculation exactly what has happened.
Sure.
So, but the timing of it is very suspect, I have to say.
Indeed. All right. Reporter and international affairs analyst Patrick Henningsen. Patrick, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.